What up, folks? I am Ultrazilla, and today I have a review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Monsters King Sphinx. Alright, my zillions, and yes, it is called Monsters, even though they didn't put it on the packaging. So maybe it's not called Monsters, I don't know. But right from the get-go, when they announced this at their HasCon event, online HasCon event, they call this subline Monsters, and they've continued to call it Monsters, but again, it didn't show up on the packaging. I kind of wish it did, because I think that would go, and his wing is all messed up right now, sorry. I think it would go a long way into saying that this subline maybe is just a tad different than your regular Power Rangers line. And we're going to get into that because there's definitely been some controversy here about the size scale of this. And we're definitely going to talk about it. Otherwise, yeah, this is something I really wanted. So without any further ado, let's get into the review. Articulation on King Sphinx. Head is on a hinged ball joint. Works alright, you know, I mean, all things considered with all this headgear. Then you have the upper body joint, which works good, and the ratcheted ab joint, which all works pretty decently. You do have a butterfly joint in there. It's not huge, but you got it. Hinge swivel otherwise. A little bit hindered going outwards, it seems like, a little bit. Swivel bicep, double jointed elbow, a little tight, but it's okay. And hinge swivel at the wrist. Lost my train of thought. Splits out this much, the legs, kicks forward, goes back. Ooh, tight thigh swivel. Double jointed knee. Tight, but it works. Rocker. Oh, you have a... That's interesting. This whole piece is separate and sculpted, which is nice. Swivel, rocker, and then you have the separate swivel at the top there. That's pretty nice, instead of like a boot cut. So actually that's pretty good. On the back you have the wings on hinges. Oh, and there you go. And a little peg there which helps you swivel around. So that's cool. And the tail is on a ball joint. Actually, very nice articulation on King Sphinx. Taking a look at King Sphinx in full proportions, or forget it. Let's just talk about the real deal here. How did they forget to paint the nose and the mouth? They didn't forget, they just decided not to do it. The inside of his mouth and his nose have to be black. That is such a big part of King Sphinx. I didn't know how I was going to react to that, honestly, but the more I thought about it, the more that is such a glaring thing to not include. I mean, at least give us the nose. You know what I'm saying? You gotta color his nose. His nose is black. You can't do that, Hasbro. That is really not... Like, I don't care about this blue here if it means, like, taking away from there and giving me the nose. Like, the nose is way more important, in my opinion, than that little blue. Did I need the shading between the toes? Like, instead of the paint on the nose? Because that's what, you know, it's all about. It's the budgeting of the paints. So, like, it's weird to me that they didn't do the nose. Again, the mouth, yes, also, for sure. But the nose, that's where it's really bugging us as fans, because yeah, that's just unexcusable, man. Like, and this is a more expensive figure. It is bigger, but man, you know, like, that is a problem. And yes, it is definitely the thing to talk about first and foremost. Okay, let's start again. Proportions are really nice. I do like it. I do like these bigger bodies for these guys. I think that's awesome. Oop, this came out. So that is cool. It looks really good proportionally. The wingspan, the head is just the right size. The arms, the legs have really great muscles. The tail looks good in those terms. So yeah, really, really nice as far as proportions. Back to the head sculpt. It is really nice, for sure. I think, you know, the paint where it's at is really good. You do have a little bit of shading on his cheeks, and that works out well. And then the eyes are really a nice deep red, and that looks really good. His chin thing here, I don't even know what these are called. Goatee armor is really well done in yellow, and then the yellow and blue headdress is really nice with the serpent here, the snake, cobra looking really good in those colors. There is eyes sculpted up there. That's really cool. So that is nice. This headdress is very, very, very cool altogether and nicely painted. Although I do think maybe it's just plastic put together. Whatever it is, it's well done. Same thing with the shoulder pads. None of these things are painted. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be. That doesn't bother me as much, but the detail is really nice on them. You can see various things all the way to the back, which is cool. Same thing, well, different type of detail, just texture detail on the bottom plate here. But it is nice to have it, and here you have more different sculpt work, which is really, really cool, and some like dents and stuff. So nice attention to detail there. That is awesome. The chest looks really good. Nice little monsterific six-pack here. Very weirdly done, but very well done. The eye here looks really good, nicely painted. These things here could be painted a little bit better. You can see that the red is like kind of blopped all around, but it's kind of even on both sides, so I don't mind it that much. Again, you got some shading over here, but the arms all together look good. They have a nice texture to them. The hands are pretty good. Just done in gray, but fine. That I don't mind. And then the hip skirt here, really great sculpt work, really nice texture, and I do like the paint here in the center with the ankh and stuff done in red, and then the black in the middle. That is really well done. The leg muscles look fantastic, nicely shaded, some excess of that like kind of teal paint that we've seen around here. Looking pretty good. Again, good monster texture. Knees done in yellow look fine. You get some good shading here down the middle of his legs. And again, in his feet. The feet are really well sculpted and painted. So that is cool. You know, but again, I feel like, you know, here's the back of the legs. No paint here, but, you know, it's fine. And this wing keeps popping out on me. The wings do look really good. There is a ton of, you know, textures and paints here. Well, I just like kind of a one wipe of stuff, but, you know, it's there, it's good. And again, do I need this much in spite of the nose and the mouth? That's a little bit odd to me. Back looks good, nicely sculpted, but the wings look fantastic. Really nice on both sides. Beautifully done, for real. Beautiful. Tail is really good too. I do like it. You know, the little furry end here and the whole tail is very nice. It's not bendy wire or anything, but, you know, it is good. So all in all, I do think King Sphinx looks great. It's just that nose and the mouth. And that is it, you know, those are the details I care about the most. If there's other details missing, it's escaping me right now, and that's a good thing, you know, because I think the figure makes up for it in total. It's really, really good. But man, that's a bother. Like, definitely the nose is something I'm going to have to paint because that's just, I can't stop looking at it. The mouth I might have to give up on because there's no way I'm going to be able to get those fine details without mucking up the teeth. So, yeah, I doubt I'm going to do anything with that, but you never know. But nose for sure has to be done. It might be part of a Fixzilla sometime down the line, but all told, the figure does look great. For accessories, King Sphinx first comes with an extra pair of hands. We got a fist hand here and another holding type hand. On him, he's got that and that. So there you go. And we get King Sphinx staff with an effect part. I don't even know how I got this on here, but I'm not going to take it off. The staff itself is blue on the hilt. It's got a nice little texture to it, which is cool. Good sculpt there. And the hook part has a little rope, and it looks pretty good. It's just done in yellow. And then the effect part is a straight up, like, bright orange translucent plastic, which does look pretty good. So that's nice. And I can't remember if it's getting it in his hand is easier or not, because I haven't done it in a bit. But let's see. Get up in there. There you go. Not so bad. Yeah, it's good looking, you know? And it definitely adds some much... It does get a little heavy, but it definitely adds some much needed color to the proceedings. For your size comparisons, here's King Sphinx with a bunch of figures you might have in your collection. And yes, these monsters, Lightning Collection monsters, are too big for the Rangers. But that's pretty good. That's with the Legacy Build-A-Figure. So, as you can see, I think that works very nicely. Megazord, he's maybe a tad bit taller, but definitely in shots you're going to be able to do some cool pics with them. Personally, I do think we're going to... I think if Hasbro's smart, they're going to give us Megazord figures non-transforming in this size scale, in this, you know, collection. It would make so much sense, right? And this way, no one can say, oh, you know, they didn't fit there. We didn't mean it to fit there. We meant it to fit with our Megazords. Do it, Hasbro. Redeem yourselves. And my final thoughts. Well, I think the figure is good. It's a solid figure, big chunky figure. But, you know, the paint in the face is where it's lacking. Now, I've actually seen a custom recently where it kind of shaded him a lot better. Just a little bit of like a dry brush or wash over the, you know, rest of the body. It looked pretty good. But I don't mind what you get here on the rest of the body. It's just the nose paint and the mouth paint that really bugs me. I'm fine with everything else they did. I'll be honest. I think it's pretty good. Your mileage is gonna vary on that, but definitely it's not cool that they didn't paint the nose at the least. That's crazy, and it warrants Hasbro really you know, allowing us to sending us heads like they did with the Dino Thunder White. I think this is one of those situations where they should make it up to us, because these were more expensive. They're at the $30 price point instead of $20 price point. I also don't mind the size at all, and I really do think, though, they should make Megazords for this. I know people are complaining that they do not size well with the Rangers, but I want them for Megazord fights. So if you could give us Megazords in this size, I think that would go a long way into quelling that, you know, little bit of anger in the community. I don't know. That's the easiest route to go. Give us Megazords for them to fight in this exact size. You know, non-transforming, just straight up Megazord toys. Kind of like Transformers Red, but please better than those to fight against these guys, and I think we'll be happy. And there you go, guys. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts below. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Stay safe. Till next time. Peace out. Peace.